Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to export and import in Substance Painter. So assume that you need to export this box, right, in its smooth mode, which is like this. Okay, so as you can see, the object is smooth and soft, okay, and especially around the corner, so it's kind of rounded. Okay, now if you submit as it is, right, which is mode 3, Substance cannot read. Okay, so mode 3, again, as mentioned, is only exclusive to Maya. Okay, so I'll show you what it means. So again, the object is in smooth mode. I'm going to File and then go to Export, and let's just call this box, right? So I'm going to name this as box FBX. Okay, so going to Substance, I want to click File and then New, right? And I'm going to select my box, right? Demo, right? And if I open up and I press OK, right, we're gonna discard this one. Right, again, as you can see, like the box is not smooth, right? So this is what happened when you're exporting the object like the way it is, right, in mode 3. Okay, so the way to get around that is that you need to apply the smooth preview, mesh preview to polygon, right? So then the other program can understand that this object need to be round and smooth. Okay, so I'm gonna click this one, right, and I'm going to select, right, so make sure everything is okay. Now by having this extra subdivision, then the other software can recognize this object. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing, right? I'm going to go to File, then Export, right? You can choose either FBX or OBJ, so let's choose box number 2, right? Export. Okay, now this one, right, we don't need the polysmooth to be applied here, so I'm going to undo a couple of times. So I'm just going back to its original state, which is this one. Okay, so going back to Substance, right, I'm going to make a new file, right, and I'm going to select the second one, press open, right, everything's the same, and OK, discard this one, right, so I get the result that is supposed to be in mode 3. Okay, so that's how you export and import the object that needs or required smooth version. Okay, so don't forget to apply this. Okay, or alternatively, you can actually apply the smooth from here. So I'm going to press this twice, so just going once, going twice, right? So the result should be the same as what you just did previously. Okay, so there is another option for you to apply the smooth preview for that. Okay, by clicking this twice, because if you only click once, then you will have a different result. So it's not smooth enough like this. Okay, there's a big difference. Okay, so you have to press it again one more time. Okay, so it's very simple, and that's how you export and import the smooth object. Okay, now what about the strawberry? Okay, so let's open up the strawberry. Right, so if you look at the strawberry, if you look at the topology, right, I think mode 1 and mode 3 there's not much difference, right? So you can still use this mode to apply, but it's just that one thing you have to remember, you see, if you look at mode 1, that everything is still kind of like sharp, right? Kind of sharp, like that, like that, like that, right? when you press 3, everything is kind of smooth. Now the question is like, do we need to export in mode 1 or mode 3? Okay, so it's going back to you basically. Do you want to render the object in mode 1 or mode 3? So if your objects are required to be rendered in mode 3, then you might need to apply the smooth preview. Okay, then from here, I think one time, yeah, the smooth preview is enough, right? And then you can export that as per normal, right? But again, if you only want the object to be rendered in mode 1, which is for games, because games cannot read mode 3. So if you're doing assets or doing project for games, then you don't need to apply the smooth mesh preview. But again, it depends on the requirement. But most of the time, they will just export the way it is, like mode 1. Okay, but for most of animation project that we're doing now in DDA, most of them are probably required to export in mode 3, right? But again, it depends on how dense is the topology and stuff of the object. Okay, and again, if you are doing just a floor, so for example, like there is floor, there is ceiling, I don't think you need to export mode 3 or 1. Okay, as you can see, I'm pressing 3 and 1, there's not much difference, right? So there are objects that it probably doesn't require you to export mode 3. Okay, so I leave that to your judgment. Okay, so for the big wall like this, right, if you press okay, let's duplicate this before I even do anything. Right, so let's say there is a shot of the angle like that, right? So I probably just require this portion of the wall, because if I press 3 and everything like messed up, right? So because the camera is set in a way so I cannot see anything like outside of that wall, I probably just gonna export this as mode 1. Okay, so you need to kind of balance, or kind of like need to see where the object purpose are. So if the camera is like this, I probably need to, yeah, and to see and adjust, I might need to smooth. Right, it really depends on from case to case base. Alright, so yeah, cannot say like you need to export all smooth or mode 1. Right, it's different from case to case. Okay, I hope to explain the difference between mode 1 and mode 3.